as I got older, I felt very much so like just completely disconnected, completely, like something's wrong with me. And it was like if there was a God, like he didn't want anything to do with me, like my life was horrible in my mind. So when I was 17, I had been romancing that idea of like drinking and, doing what these other kids were doing. It was this big experience, and I was like, oh my gosh, like this is everything that I had been looking for. And at first it gave me my freedom, and then it started to take my freedom back pretty quickly. I had already felt not worthy, but it was like I couldn't stand who I was. I was completely lost, and I felt so alone. And then I got to this point where I was suicidal, and the alcohol just kept making it worse. And things just started to pile up, and they piled up really quick. I had sought help, and I had this little moment where I felt connected, and it was like, okay, like God's here. But it was very short-lived. It was never sufficient enough for me to finally change. It wasn't until I really hit this spiritual bankruptcy, like my soul was dying. At this exact moment, I had just gotten fired due to my alcoholism, and I'm sitting in my car, and like it hit me like a ton of bricks. And like I was bawling and I was crying, and like I looked at the clock and I knew exactly where I could go, and I showed up to this place where these people could help me. And I got honest for the first time. Like, if I keep doing this, like I'm gonna die. And I met this lady, and she became like my spiritual advisor, and she started to direct me and started talking to me about God. And I had wanted so much to feel the way that she felt about God, but I just didn't feel like I could. Like I didn't feel worthy of knowing God the way that she knew God. Like he didn't want anything to do with me, but I started doing the things that this lady was asking me to do, and I started to really seek God, and I started to pray, and I started to pray for other people. There was this moment, it was a month after me getting sober, that I was having this like full body experience. My body wanted to cry, and I didn't know what that meant. That same lady that I asked to help me touched my chest, and she goes, "Angel, you're dying of self. Let the old you die." And she said, "Be reborn." She gave me the lyrics to Big Daddy Weave's Redeemed, and she played the song. And she's like, "Do you feel this?" And like the chains breaking, like I'm not who I used to be. And like at that exact moment, I knew I wasn't that person anymore. Like I'm redeemed and I'm new. I started reading this book called Steps to Christ. And it said in this book, well, if you want Jesus in your heart, all you have to do is ask. And I asked, and I believed. I know that I'm worthy today. I know that God wants me. Like I felt so unwanted for so long, and like I could be in a crowded room and feel completely alone, but today it's like I could be completely by myself and feel completely full, because like God is right there, and he will always be right there. And like Jesus is in my heart, and like I know that today. He is my strength. He is what gets me through every single day.